happy place in the world. Whether it's countries such as Denmark or Norway, as they were ranked among the happiest places in the world for years in a row, or maybe a SeaWorld or such amusement parks because you have fun there, and people call them happy places. Well, today I will be showing you why this ski resort is the happiest place in the world, or I think it is. So, let's get started. Hello everybody, I finally made it onto the ferries. It's just after 12:30 right now. I am on my way to my first destination, which is called this lake. Actually, we are going to, before that, we are actually going to a mall. The ferry is British Columbia's largest mall. As well as we're going to the Greater Vancouver Zoo. Before that, this is quite a long trip. Here's the view. We're crossing on the Fuga Straits right now. So I made it to Park Royal. It's a giant mall. There's 3 floors. It's extremely big. I want to show you, I'm going to do some shopping before I move on my trip. There's Best Buy. I go to one of those. There's the food court. You can see. Yeah, there's actually several buildings this big too, so this is just part of it. Imagine the sheer size. Multiplied by like 3, as there's 3 buildings about this big, and plus the parkade, and underground and above ground parkade. It's an extremely big mall. Put the size into perspective, it's about 3 football fields length away, and this is just the parkade building. And the mall building is right here, and there's actually 3 of them. So basically, this is the size of this mall. You can see here about times 3. There's another building over that way, and then another one over there, of course, behind this building. Of course, don't forget there's a huge movie theater building right there. We're actually at the top of the mall right now, but the top is another parkade part of it. So there's 3 levels of parkade. There's the Lionsgate Bridge. You can see here barely. Yep, so this is a pretty cool area. Hello everybody, it is now officially day 2 of my trip. I'm staying at the Weather River Inn. It's a pretty nice hotel. It's a 3-star hotel actually, even though it's got an average of 4 stars in reviews. It's pretty cool. It's actually built in 2004. It's a relatively new hotel for this area, as you can see. So we're actually in a city called Chilliwack right now. There's some of the mountains, just a little bit away from the mountains, as you all can see. It's a pretty cool, neat area. Okay, so I made it at the zoo. It's my second day. I actually have to backtrack a little bit since my hotel is in Chilliwack. Yeah, there's the lions at the Greater Vancouver Zoo. I just saw the entrance. It's a pretty new building. They just revamped. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, since you're wondering the size of this zoo, we started here. The lions and the tiger was right here where I just filmed, and we're right here right now. So we're about maybe a third of the way through. The ticket cost was $50 for 2 people, so $25 each. It's not bad for the size of this, and what you can see, it is not a hot day either, so it's really comfortable. Closest to the Jurassic World Park as we get. As you can see, it's still pretty far from the movies, but close enough, at least gate-wise. You know, let's see what's in there. We're about an hour into the park, into the zoo, and we're still about halfway done. So, of course, it's all fake, but better than nothing.
It's a robot. Animatronics. Pretty cool though still.
You can see. And I believe these are the road runners. They're a lot bigger than what they seem. Beep beep. They sure are a lot bigger than what they look in the cartoon, at least. So here's the zebra. Can't come to the zoo without seeing one of those. They're so unique. Actually, it's my first time seeing a zebra, believe it or not, in my real life. Never seen one before until now. That is in real life. Okay, this is our final stop at the zoo. Of course, the giraffe. It's actually a lot, this time it's actually not as tall as I would imagine. It's only about 10, maybe 10 feet tall. I was expecting it to reach the top of that ceiling, but whatever. It's better than not seeing it. Guess that's pretty much it for the zoo video. I'll have a closing video of the entrance and then we'll move on. That's pretty much it at the zoo. It was pretty good. Although there were some flaws that I'll never mind. But it's pretty good overall for the price. Now first there's the pretty good gift shop. Right here, this is pretty brand new. Yeah, I guess this is pretty much it. Okay, so this is actually my second stop in Kamloops. As you can see, there's actually the Coquihalla Highway. We're actually very low despite coming over a mountain on the Coquihalla. At this particular location, we're only about less than 500 feet in elevation, maybe a bit less. It's my hotel at the Howard Johnson. It's not the Howard Johnson I was expecting. I was expecting it to be better. But whatever, it works. It's really just a pit stop because going from Hope to Whistler is very far. It's a lot of driving. Figured we might as well just take a pit stop here. So yeah, we're on Columbia Street, which is near downtown. And I'll show you a bit of the city later. You can actually have a better look at the surrounding area. There's actually a lack of trees in this area for some reason. It's like Central Asia type place. It's like a steppe. It's really a steppe since there's the mountains. And there's literally, some places there's literally a lack of trees, like barely any. Could be bad soil, I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so this is day one at Whistler. I'm already here. Actually, I've been here yesterday, but then by the time I got here it was already at night. So this is what the village looks like during the day. It's pretty cool. I mean, literally, it's actually not very hot today, even though it looks sunny. It's only about 20. It's actually not even shorts weather, to be honest. But yeah, it's pretty neat. But you won't believe how much hotels cost here. This is actually during one of the cheaper seasons. I paid $350 per night at the Listle Hotel, one of the cheaper ends. $350. Guys, time to realize why this is a really cool, this is a really happy place. So this is actually the whole city for the 2010 Olympics. So we're actually at the Olympic Plaza. This city is just getting more and more cool. It's 20 degrees down here and yet there's still snow out on the mountains. It's just so bizarre. I mean, I guess the mountains are high enough even though they don't look that high. But you can't say a city is good without doing some testing on honesty. So right now I'm gonna take an old book of mine. It actually means a lot to me, so if someone takes it, whatever. But it's not worth much, but I'm gonna see how honest they are. I'll do a little experiment here. And take it to a popular place and just leave it there and see how long does it take for someone or if anyone will take it. And if it does, well, they'll be on video. Before we go any further, I'm gonna explain to you about this building. This building actually was built after the Olympics. This actually turns into a skating plaza at some time of the year, but not today. So, yeah, pretty cool, huh? This notebook I read when I was a kid, it's more than a dozen years old. I'm not just gonna leave it right here. And then I'm gonna leave it and see, and if whoever takes it, I'll have it on video, so yeah. So good. No one has taken it yet. It's on that yellow chair right there. I think it's a book, not a phone, so I'm not gonna use a phone. For the book, it's fine. Yep, he just ignored it. So pretty good, I could say, the city. People are pretty honest. I felt safe here walking at night in a dark alley here last night. I mean, it's expensive, but it's worth it. There's a lack of scams, and there's very minimal pickpockets. So this is one thing I'm gonna shout out for. I don't know why there's a red light there. It's not a traffic light. Don't know what that's for. Let me show you. There's like lots of light bars. Sometimes it lights up green, sometimes it lights up blue. I don't know what is it for. It's just weird. It's not a projector lighting. I mean, it's not bright enough. To knock the notch. Put the book on the bench. Right there. Where everyone sees it. Now, it's more trafficked area. See whoever takes it. But first, here's another cool element of this. These features actually spin, and they spin very fast. Don't know what this. And then another cool thing is that the river that runs through it, I'm not sure if it's artificial or real, but it's dyed, or at least I'm not sure if it's dyed or not, but it's like this turquoise color. I don't know why, but it just is. It's kind of weird. I can't believe it's still there. Even somewhere high trafficked. On the bench. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Another thing worth showing. This town is actually one of probably the least car-friendly cities I've ever been to. Parking is expensive, first of all. Second of all, there's a lack of parking space. And third, most of the streets are actually closed for cars, like this one. So yeah. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see it, but we're 30 minutes in and it's still there. That's how good the people here are. I'm gonna give them credit. See? That guy just ignores it. So I guess you could say that there is very little chance of your items getting lost, even though it's nothing of very good value. But I could say it's safer than, let's say, most Europeans tourist these cities. And I cannot believe it's still there after almost an hour. This is amazing. Can't believe it is still there now after 2.5 hours. This is unbelievably good. I mean, I'm gonna check back tomorrow and see. This is more of a weather testing of that book now than it is honesty test, you know. Whatever. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll see how it stands. Okay, as promised during my intro, if you can see, I'm going to cool as a moose. It's one of those weirdest but funniest stores. There's a film in here. It's pretty big. Bigger than I was expecting. Pretty cool in here. Here's another interesting store. It's got the bear necessities. You see, this time it's with a bear. Oh, are they seriously closed? It says open at 11 and right now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it is not even a weekend, so I don't get why they're closed, but you still get to see sort of what's inside. As you can see, it's another souvenir type clothing store. Yeah. already pretty amazing here, even if you can't really see the bottom. But we're actually going to the very top, called the peak. There's a nice little lake. It's sort of like turquoise color. It's like aqua. Here you can kind of see the valley. This is after about half an hour of riding. We're about 6,000 feet ASL. We're actually going to about 8,000 feet ASL up there. It's actually 85 degrees in town, yet there's still snow up here. It's just so high that, it's probably like 55 right now up here. Okay, so here we are at the Peak Express. This is actually interesting is that this chairlift actually goes over the rocks rather than trees. This is a marvel of engineering, just like the peak to peak. Like all of this. It's so amazing. Top. It's so high that the village is invisible. It's supposed to be right there. But yeah, look at this. This is like a very deep valley right here. Those are actually glaciers. It is very, very cold up here. The temperature dropped to about 45 degrees. This is like almost winter, even though it's sunny. So it went from 85 to 45 in a matter of elevation change of around, I don't know, 7,000 feet. We're at about 8,500 feet in elevation right now, ASL. There's a little statue right there. Yeah. Look at this. This is put that in perspective. That lake is already 7,000 feet above sea level. We're more like 8,500. That's the town right there. The town's about 3,000 feet above sea level. So we're about 6,000 feet above ground level in this case. There's a very tiny lake right there besides the bigger one. The view is amazing. Look at this. This is all mountains. It's a huge mountain range we're in right now. Now we arrived at the Sky Triangle. I wish the Sky Bridge was open too, but there it is. What's more interesting is that this is actually purposely hollow, sort of, so you can't get it, so it's more disturbing to walk on it. But yeah, it's actually so cold right now that there's still ice up here, as you can see. Look at this, actually not snow or ice, it just breaks as soon as you step on it. It's like ice, it's like slush. I don't know how to describe it. Heck, even liquid nitrogen. Okay, I'm actually at the peak to peak now, after hiking for more than an hour across that very high point. It's not as cold down here, but still. You can see the sign. But we're still about 6,500 feet ASL right here. There's the map. Yeah. We are now on the peak to peak. This is the only one of its kind trams in the world, I believe. It goes across two super tall mountains, which are over 6,000 feet high. I'm at the end of the second tower. You can see the last tower in the distance at about 2.4 miles. Okay, made it to the other side of Peak to Peak. There's some more amazing views, as you can see. There's that lake.
Right now, we're on the secondary gondola going back to the city. It's called Buenos Aires Gondola. It takes you right to the Fairmont Hotel. At the time of this video timestamp, we're still about 4,000 feet above village levels.
This is my final stop before I leave tomorrow. So there's a very beautiful lake. It's called Green Lake. It's because the water is literally green. We were just up there. That's the mountain we were on with the gondolas and everything, overlooking the lake. So this, it's actually pretty big, even though it looks very small on top of the mountain. There's some kind of a limestone, Copenhagen limestone, I believe, inside the water. That's being mashed, and that's what gives this special color. It's actually turquoise. I'm not making this up. I'm not using video tricks. Not if I even know how to, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this trip. This pretty much wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoy it. As always, ring that bell and stay subscribed.